Hello guys and welcome to, well, I guess the after Christmas episode, or like the 25th of December episode. I'm recording this 1903, the 25th of December, obviously. And in front of me right here I have GOM Black Currants Energy, or GOM Energy Black Currant flavor. So this is the last thing for this tea advent calendar. The tea advent calendar had a lot of fruit teas and berry teas that I didn't like. So let's end on something that I tend to like, which is like fruity or berry flavored drinks, energy drinks, because they're not warm. Yeah. Excuse me. Tastes like other blackcurrant. Like, oh god, any of the drinks I've had, or just carbonated drinks. It reminds me of like slightly less ripe, or slightly unripe blackcurrants. Is what it tastes like. It's fine. But I do think I need to dilute this probably like a third of carbonated water, because it's a bit too strong for me. Because it leaves like a strong after flavor that I don't like. And you know what? This one is gonna be a lot of things gonna happen. I'm gonna talk about. Let me just talk about my Christmas present I got this year. As you've known in these videos, I've talked about that, in the washing videos, that I should buy beard conditioner and blah blah blah, and I never do. Well, guess what I got for Christmas? I got like a beard kit. Like beard shampoo, beard conditioner, all like beard and mustache stuff. Yeah, for my mom. So my mom had obviously listened to when I said that when we were showering. And yeah, she got that for me. So next time I shower, I'm gonna try and shower tomorrow. So like building up the energy for that. And probably gonna use that. And then the beard oil after. Because, you know, when your beard gets in kind of like this long, especially since I have very like a mixture of like straight hairs and like curly hairs. Like kind of trying to take care of my beard. I never do. But since I'm not gonna touch any of my hair on my face for a whole year, might as well see how it actually goes if I actually take care of my hair. Which I haven't done for like 27 years. So let's see what happens. And it's almost been 6 months, right? Since I shaved everything. Well, I guess closer to 5 months. It's been like 5 months since I shaved everything. And this is the, progress so far. That is the hair part. And the Christmas, and I mean yesterday had some good time. My mom and I just ate our Christmas dinner. It was nice. It was just a simple one that my mom did. And then we watched a little bit of Kalle Anka or Donald Duck, the Christmas thing that's pretty popular here in Sweden. We didn't see the whole thing. I think we got there near the end. We started seeing from where Donald Duck, Mickey Mouse, Goofy, and Pluto, I think those are the English names, when they are in the van. And then we saw everything after that, with the Christmas cards. And it was very awkward going from the classic Disney ones, from the Christmas cards that like used to that are like really good, because it's been many years since we watched Kalle Anka, the Donald Duck Christmas thing, and yeah, like remember all this good old Disney stuff. And then they showed like 2 new ones. One that I had never heard about was called oh god, I don't remember, but I think it was something about like emotions. Like all the characters were like different emotions, and there was like the second movie of that. Like, oh, I didn't even know there was a first one. When did it come out? No idea. But going from like because they kind of like show some scenes from movies where they kind of sing, getting like the old Disney singing, and then when it comes to the new ones, they have like pop music and like rock and roll. It was such a big like what's going on here? Terrible. And also, the animation doesn't hold up on the newer ones. Well, the old ones, it still holds up because it was hand-drawn, right? And then they showed something from Önskan, which I didn't know was a movie either, but I looked it up, and apparently it's called Wish in English. I thought it was gonna call The Wish, because Önskan in the direct translation of Önskan to English is The Wish. But it's just called Wish in English. Önska is wish, Önskan is The Wish. And yeah, I mean, we could not understand anything of the song that they were playing. We were kind of like, this sounds awful. And obviously this is the Swedish dub, but after I was like, man, this is so terrible. How is it in English? And English is like even worse. So like, what the fuck is going on? So yeah, and apparently that was the Walt Disney 100th anniversary movie, and yeah, I don't think they did a lot of advertisement for it. At least I didn't see it. Well, to be fair, where would I see most advertising? On YouTube, but I have YouTube Premium, so I don't see that stuff. But even, well, I'll say outside, but I mean, when was the last time I went outside, other than going to the like clinics and stuff? Very, very long time, and I haven't gone to a clinic in quite a while because, well, they're closed. So yeah, like, I guess I haven't had the opportunity to see, but so yeah, that's Disney. It made me like appreciate, the old Disney movies that they showed, like some clips from Lady Olufsen, which is it called Lady and the like the two dog, the dog movie with the rich and poor dog. I don't know what the English name is. I haven't even seen it in English. I've seen it in Swedish, right? And then they showed Snövit, which is Snow White. And apparently there's a new Snow White coming out, where the actress is like not white. It's kind of like, well, I mean, isn't her name Snow White because she was very white even for Germanic standards? What else? They showed Robin Hood, basically the same. I was like, that was good. I like that movie as well. I haven't rewatched these movies. Maybe if I rewatched them now, maybe I wouldn't like them. But the few snippets that they showed, I liked. And kind of like the snippets that they did show was them singing, like Baloo, the Jungle Book, Yeah, that's like, and they showed, you know, it in Swedish. Because, I mean, so, and I got like, oh man, the old Stockholmska, the old like Stockholm dialect that was so popular in the dubbing at that time. I thought it was great. You don't hear that much anymore. But I like that accent. What else? I mean, there was a lot of, you know, the old classic Disney ones. Even one that there was like the Ferdinand one, which I did not remember at all. But my mom said that when I was very young, I would like cry for that, because I was kind of like, man, why don't they just let that bull smell the flowers? Why are they taking him away from his flowers and forcing him to fight? Apparently that's what I did when I was young. I don't remember that at all, but my mom has like fond memories of that. Piff or Puff, the two squirrels, which I don't know the English name for. Yeah, and when I watched it, I was like, man, like the old dubbing, Swedish dubs, they were good. They were really good. For what they were. And I think some of that have been lost in like the newer, maybe because the older ones had, you know, that old Stockholm, that old like Swedish accents, which I think really helps with, you know, like making it feel, while the new ones is a more modern accent that everyone has. It's kind of like, oh yeah, and they weren't like afraid of doing like dialects or accents. Like they weren't afraid of doing like Italian. It's the super stereotypical Italian accent, for example, or whatever, you know. So that was good, and also fun to hear faint English in the background as they were dubbing. You can sometimes hear like the original English voice actors in the background, which is funny. So yeah, I mean, had a pretty comfy Christmas. It wasn't very long for me because I had a lot of pain yesterday, so I spent most of the time in bed, and I spent most of this day in bed. I've been up for like 19 minutes at the moment. So yeah. And now, other than that, I've just been in bed. And today, the only thing I've eaten was like a gingerbread chocolate. That's been my food today. Oh, well, no, that's actually not true. I ate that. And like 90 minutes ago, I ate a salad and salmon. So I've eaten that today. Yeah, I don't know, like, and then in 2 days they're gonna come home to me to do like a spirometry, which is, you know, to see how my lungs are, and we'll see. I mean, I've noticed a bit of a thing, you know, with the inhalator, which at the moment is in my, I forgot to bring it with me. It's in my bedroom. But I don't know. Maybe I'm not taking it enough. I don't know. Like, yeah. So I mean, Jesus Christ. Let's do comments. I'm gonna skip some comments because some of these comments have been from the shorts, and oh god. Let's see. Potato hole. I feel bad that I'm not a channel member, even though I watch your videos every time you upload. I would become a member, but I have given too much money to these females just for them to call me their little worm boy. I'm sorry, Andreas. Sometimes I just can't help myself. Don't be sorry. If that makes you happy, I say continue doing that, right? As long as it isn't detrimental to you, obviously. But I think if it brings you happiness and like, oh, keep doing it. Is that why you're called potato hole? Because you're the worm inside of the potato. Like, I never thought about that. And also, I mean, don't feel bad about not being a channel member. Like, I appreciate you watching, commenting, you know. And if you also want, if I'm gonna say something that might make you feel better, think about it this way. You being a channel member in the whole grand scheme of things is not really going to like super improve my life, like economically, right? Because kind of like, all right, let's say $1 or $3 more. No, I guess after the YouTube cut and taxes, like $1 to $2 a month extra. It helps with like maybe 1 or 2 extra drink reviews, you know, and it helps, you know, with the channel and all that. But in the whole grand scheme of things, you know, I don't think one person can help. So, but I do appreciate, you know, all the help that people give. Because, I mean, at the moment I am making around $10 a month from YouTube. Sometimes, well, most of the times a bit less. I guess $10 have been now when, you know, now in, you know, October to December has been around $10. But that's when I guess the ad money is really good. If I would average it out over the year, it's around 7, but still, right? So don't feel bad. The YouTube channel for me is more of a hobby and a way to basically get some like social interactions and to be able to do something, because a lot of the things that I want to do I can't do, right? Like, I used to be someone who loved being out in the forest in nature and just walk, you know, but I can't do that in the last 15 years. So this right here is like, you know, something I can do. So yeah, and I'll probably continue to do, right? I mean, it's not like I'm doing this to get popular, because if I did, well, I wouldn't be doing a bunch of things, right? Wait, why did all the comments disappear? Okay. Oh, wait, I actually have answered all the other comments. Alright. I actually thought I didn't, but I have. So I will say, one thing, I might do more shorts. Like, this is a new segment, boom. Maybe future content or the state of the channel. I might do more shorts in the future. Just to try and see kind of like, okay, how will that work? And the way I will do the shorts, as you can probably see if you watch now, is basically just being like moments from my videos, because YouTube have a function that you can just make a short from a video you've uploaded very easily through the app, right? So that's what I plan on doing, because I don't really want to do edited shorts, which I've done with some, you know, mostly like the reactions have been like edited shorts, while the ones like, for example, Rank the Peahc Girls or Delibird versus Masterball or I Can't Believe It or First Time I Beat Dark Souls game 8 years ago, those shorts are not edited shorts. They're just shorts I made in the YouTube app. So if you guys know any like moments where you're like, like between, you know, 60 seconds or less, just tell me like, you should make this segment right here into a short. then I'll do it, because it's super easy to just press a button, put in the time code, and then that's it. It's done. It's becoming short. One bad thing about the shorts, though, is the fact that let's say, the audience that it might garner. Because, for example, why do American dubs of anime censor women? That short actually got like 2,000 views. And in that video, I say that why do they censor like women with larger breasts in like American dubs? Like, is there like, why do they do that? Like, they wouldn't do that if they didn't have big breasts. It doesn't make sense to me. Some women have big, some are not. You know, I think it's stupid to censor. And this might sound like, oh god, but I do think it is a bit misogynistic as well. You know? And then some comments are like, oh, why are you afraid of small tits? It's like, did I say that? Did I say that I was afraid of small tits? Or did I say I don't like the censorship of big tits? Or like just the censorship of women's bodies? Like, we need to censor a woman's body for children, but they wouldn't censor a male body. I mean, I don't think they should censor any, you know? Because it's not like it's inherently sexual. It's not like she is sexual. And I'm specifically talking about Orla here. And I don't know if they have censored Orla in the English dub. I don't know. I'm gonna wait until the English dub has gotten up until, like, let's say 30 episodes. Then I might check it out. And if I see that, they censored Orla, I'm not touching that dub at all. Because Orla, for me, is like... I mean, she's probably like one of my favorite. Liko, Orla are like my two favorite characters in Horizons. Liko, obviously, because, well, she actually has a lot more character, and I like her arc that she's going on. And Orla, because I see a lot of potential in Orla. And, yeah. And I do think that we need some more episodes centered on the other crewmates. And I think I would like to see a lot of like Orla, Molly, and Liko interactions. Without like, fuck Freed. Get Freed out of here. We don't need him. Then also had a religious person say that, you love a cartoon character, you know they're not real or something like that. How can you love something that's not real? And then they also said like, oh god, how, like, why are you against censorship of women's bodies or something? It's like, so I was kind of like, I had a hard time understanding this, but then when I saw them, oh, okay, wait, they are religious. That made me even more confused then. Why would they think that you couldn't? And I think for them, when they think love, like, for example, if you're a religious person, don't you love your God? Like, to be fair, your God is just as real as this Orla character. And you love your God, right? So I think a religious person would be the first one to understand how someone can love something that's fake. Or something that doesn't exist. Right? Yeah. You would think that, right? But then it's kind of like, well, would they be religious if they were able to not double think? You know, like, maybe not, right? So I kind of wanted to type that, but like, oh god, there's no reason to type, you know, to these people, just type, that's not what I said, or like, re-listen to what I actually said, and then stop it right there. And if they continue just making up what you actually, the words that came out of your mouth, that there's no idea interacting with them, just let them keep typing. Because even though I wanted to type what I just said right there about I mean, your god is, I guess you could also say your god is less real than Orla, because at least Orla, you know, she's drawn, she has an idea, she has a voice, you know, your god doesn't. And like the connection to the creation of Orla still exists, right? But do I care enough to actually type these words out? No, I don't. So yeah, so that's like one bad thing about making shorts. But one good thing is that it doesn't seem like those types of people tend to stick around. Or at least I haven't noticed that. I guess also I've been like pretty lucky in the type of people that decide to watch and like comment on my videos, that they tend to be people who are a bit more, let's say, I mean, it's using the word like, they're more intelligent. It's not the word I'm thinking of, but they're like people who are more, I mean, I'm not intelligent. I'm like I said, I'm 37 IQ, so I mean, the word that I'm thinking of isn't coming out. But people who are able to have like an actual conversation with people without having to go through like straw manning or like making up what the other person said, or like wanting to be like offended or wanting to be like angry or something. Because when you talk to someone like that, it's kind of like there's no point in having a dialogue with someone like that, because no matter what you say, nothing's gonna get through to them, right? And I do wonder if that has to do, you know, with like the religious mindset. Because I mean, when I use the word religious mindset, I'm not necessarily just talking about actually religious people. Because I mean, for example, like a hardcore feminist who's like an atheist or whatever, I would consider them like they have like the religious mindset. But instead of believing in like whatever a religion, they've like gotten like a new religion of like feminism, or the male version of feminism, or whatever it's called, and you know, all that stuff. Like, fuck off, you people, your mindsets are a religious mindset. You're just not religious. I don't know, like, what is a better word for that instead of just saying religious mindset? And I have been pretty lucky, the fact that I haven't had the misfortune of interacting with a lot of people like that in real life. I guess that's a bonus of being sick for so long, is the fact that, well, most of your interactions aren't with those people. And also the fact that, you know, I live in Sweden, so our religious idiots aren't that many, and even if they are, they would be considered like moderates in other countries, right? So yeah, I don't know. That's what it is. I mean, I was gonna do like the male Pokemon male characters tier list, but I think I'm gonna save that for another video, because it's already gone like 30 minutes and I'm getting tired. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.